So I'd like to invite now Professor Dr. Burhan Ahmad. He's a professor at the Institute of Business Management Science, University of Agriculture, Faisalabad in Pakistan. Okay, so Professor Burhan research is called Effects of Participatory Approach on Value Chain Development of Pulses in Pakistan, Problems and Prospects. So Professor Burhan, thank you very much for your time, for being here. And I'd like to give the room to you so you can share your screen, present, and tell a little bit about your research.
Thank you, Farha. And first of all, I am really thankful to IFAMA for giving us the opportunity to present in this virtual symposium, because unfortunately we could not make it possible to physically present there. So I want to share first of all my screen. So as Farha shared, that the topic of my presentation is the effects of participatory approach on value chain development of pulses in Pakistan, problems and prospects. This study is a part of our project development inclusive value chains of pulses in Pakistan, which is funded by ACIAR Australia. So we are very thankful to our funding agency ACIAR, and I am highly appreciating IFAMA to give us the opportunity to participate in this virtual conference, as unfortunately IFAMA conference in Brazil. So the context of this research, first of all, I will explain, and then I will explain what is our participatory approach and how we have applied this approach to develop value chains, pulses value chains in Pakistan. And then I will share the value chains which we have demonstrated, and I will also share that what are the factors that are barriers we faced during this process, and what are the key lessons we learned, and what are the challenges we have faced and we are still facing, and what should be the way forward. So first of all, this research context, as we know that pulses farmers are smallholders. So about more than 90% farmers, they are small landholders, and they lack information about the consumer preferences, and they also lacking the market demand. As we know that value chain concept is a consumer oriented concept, and we try to deliver what is valued by the consumer and what is demanded by the consumer. So motivating these small holder farmers to create more value at the farm level and linking them with the market is really a challenge. And we tried to take this challenge and to develop these reasons behind these are that pulses are grown in mainly in rain-fed areas, and our farmers, they normally follow traditional practices for production as well as for marketing. So they are mainly dependent on the middlemen, which mainly the main middleman to near to them is the village biopari, a village trader. So near to primary markets which are near to these farmers. Another, due to this, they are earning low profitability. Getting low profits, and the importance of pulses for Pakistan is also because of its high consumption and low production as compared with the consumption. So Pakistan is a net importer, but if we go 20 years back, we were exporters of pulses, but gradually this exporting sector was transformed into the importing sector. So it is very important to build the farmers' confidence, motivate them to grow more pulses and to adopt the modern techniques, and to do value addition at their farm. So we adopted a participatory approach that actively engages all the relevant stakeholders throughout the entire value chain. So aiming at learning by doing. So we believe that seeing is believing. So based upon this, we try to adopt this participatory approach. So ultimate objective of this research is to participatory approach on Pulse's value chain development. Now I would like to explain what participatory approach we adopted. So we adopted the principles of inclusivity, empowerment, and collaborations. In case of inclusivity, we conducted a walk the chain activity, which started from the consumers and went back to the farm. And in this walk the chain activity, farmers included the extension workers, and this walk the chain went through wholesalers, processors, and retailers. So basically the purpose was that farmers, they himself view and they observe by themselves, and that will help to motivate them. So after that, we conducted a lot of capacity building activities, in which we conducted training workshops for the farmer to do the value addition. The main intervention which we did in this participatory approach, which empowered our farmers, was the sharing of cleaning and grading machine with the farmers on 50% cost sharing basis, and also the improved storage material, which is hermetic bags and hermetic drums, to decrease the post-harvest losses, particularly in storage. And this machine helped farm level, and even for the, as Dr. Mubashir Mehdi said, that we also did experiments with the value with the digital value chain, with digital platforms. So they also packed at the farm. So that was one of our important intervention and achievement as well. So then, after building their capacity to do value addition at the farm level, we supported this farmer to link with the processors, local dealers for a better price, with the digital farm operators, as explained in a very detail, as well as with the retailers. And on the upstream side, we connected these farmers with the manufacturers. These machines were manufactured at in Pakistan, and even this manufacturer's position is very close to one of our farmers group in Bakkar, which is one of our site. I am going to explain a little bit more on income. Another important link which we developed, which was a bit weak, but we try to strengthen that link between the research institutions to provide certified pre-basic and basic seed to farmers, so that they can develop a good seed. And here I want to share that this is one of the most successful model in our project, that farmers, they are able to produce good quality seed, developed a lot. So we actually, this project is on is all over the Pakistan. What we did, we did the clustering. We developed the clusters of the farmers, which were selected from the farmers which we studied in our baseline survey. And Chakwal is the Punjab side, which is one of the most productive site in our project. And then Bakkar and Bankera, similarly Karak in KPK province, and Sakkar sites in Sindh. So we have the 6 sites, and we developed the clusters, and one lead farmer was leading these clusters. And most of the things we did with these clusters, and the lead farmer supported us a lot in all these trainings, workshops, seminars, and buying the machine and operating the machine, etc. So this is the first principle in inclusivity. These are the few glimpses from the walking the chain. If you can see store, our farmers are visiting the superstore. In the superstore, they also met with the consumers and they talked with the consumers. This is a traditional store. A group of farmers went to this traditional store and they visited that store and talked with the retailers there and also the consumer there. Before this is the our in hotel, this is a briefing point for the farmers. This is the wholesale market where farmers in detail they observed all the types of pulses, how the transactions are being happened, how the pricings are being set. So we also managed a meeting with the one of the famous wholesaler in the market. He is an importer as well, and he is a processor as well. This picture is of Mr. Tayyib, is one of the, and if we see this picture, this is of one of our processor in Arif Dal factory in Faizabad. Unfortunately, he's died, but his brother is working with us now. But he was very the starting point for all these activities, and a lot of ideas we came from discussion with him. Say, for example, Dini, during this transactions, for example, when farmers do the value additions, one of the important lessons we learned that farmer, first of all, he can get a better price for graded products. And then all of the waste material that is a part of animal feed, and normally factories they sell to these and here by doing the validation by the farmers at farm level, farmers can sell this waste material as a animal feed by themselves. So that's one of the attraction to increase the profitability of the farmers and to motivate the farmers. So no, these are few about the empowerment, capacity building, and trial consignment. So, well, this, if you see this picture, this is the factory where our farm, as well as non-traditional practice like non-graded and non-clean product. So both of them were valued and prices of both of them were calculated, and it was found that profits are more in case of value added products compared with the traditional practices. So this is also a few glimpses for capacity building in case of post-harvest management. As I shared earlier that we shared a hermetic material, hermetic drums and hermetic bags. So the benefit of these bags and drums are that they are air resistant and moisture cannot go inside. So they are better than the other traditional types of storage. And also the few glimpses to give some trainings on the leadership, particularly to the lead farmers. So what are the main findings? So we started from the consumers. We conducted a high income groups, and most of these participants were females. And what are the key responses about quality? So basically, I will also share in the coming slides how the quality is measured by the processors. So how the consumers see the quality. So consumers see that it should be very clean, free from dust, debris, etc. And there should be a good packaging, good labeling, clearly indicating the features of the product. And they 1 kg packing. Then in case of chickpea, they like the grain size 6 to 7 mm, and in case of mung bean, they like the size of 3 mm. And also they like the freshness and the color and the other attributes to evaluate to assess the quality. So by inclusivity, by walking the chain activity, by motivating them after developing farm level, we linked these farmers with the wholesalers, with the local traders who offer the high price, with the high-end markets, with the digital agribusiness platforms like Concave Agri, as Dr. Mubashir Mehdi has described in detail this intervention, and then the processors. So most this is, and on the input side we also as I just explained, and with the manufacturer of the machine, and this manufacturer also provided the training to our farmers to operate these machines. So with the help of our participatory approach, we were able to develop these value chains and to demonstrate these value chains, and our farmer they get the highest profit in case of graded and green product. I want to briefly share what are the main problems and prospects are. So with respect to processor, with respect to farmers and the processor, the main enabler was the trial consignments and project supported the logistics support. While challenges were the barriers which we faced, that was the lack of coordination among the farmers, and one of the major is the low volumes. So we united the farmers, but because they are low volumes was one of the, and still it is one of the barrier. And the another important barrier was the damages. So a lot of deduction was made due to these damages, which is mainly a production issue. So we also conveyed this on to the production project team as well. And another one is the moisture content. I just want to briefly share the main quality parameters, that is the waste material, which there is no tolerance in case of Ming bean, in moisture content up to 10%, in damaged grains up to 3%, there is no deduction. And in case of size, if product is more than 85% product is less than 3.5 mm, then the processor offer a low price to the farmers. Similarly, in case of chickpeas, up to 3% of waste material is allowed and deductions after that. And in case of moisture, up to 7% it is allowed. And in case of damage grain, 3% damage are allowed. And one of the important thing is, which is the main finding and of the grading, a produce which is 75% greater than, which produce greater than 75% produce if greater than 7 mm, then they will get a 300 to 400 per 40 kg an extra price. So I mean, again, I'm repeating, if farmer produce 75% of farmer produces more than 7 mm size, then they get an additional price of 300 to 400 rupees per 40 kg, and there will be no deductions as well. So in case of digital platform, packaging and labeling, logistics, so we provided logistics support, but inconsistent supply as well as inconsistent demand is the main barrier. And then transportation is also one of the main barrier. So I'm just going to finish in a minute, please. Then in the high-end markets, our farmers himself, they spoke to like Chashma store, SB store, and they did the transactions with them. And the main factor was their built capacity from the help of and labeling. But again, the barrier was the inconsistent supply and demand, and also competition with the imported pulses. So research institutions provided the good seed, and we project supported them, and we shared the cost of this seed. And problem is that they have limited availability of pre-basic and basic seed, and our farmers coordination is very low between research institutions and our farmers. So we improve that, try to improve that coordination, and also we shared the cost of transportation. Manufacturers of machine, import manufacturer. So farmers were able to use this machine, buy this machine by motivating by their build capacity and thereby motivation, and we also shared the cost. But the problem is lack of trust among the farmers. That is our main problem. and the coordination between the farmer and the manufacturing of the machine challenges. So lastly, these are the in conclusion of capacity building of the farmer, help them to create value of their produce at farm level and prepare them to participate in demonstrating value chains. So collective action and focus on quality actually increase their profitability. So consistent supply of large volumes of higher quality product is required, and it is a big challenge from the farmers and their sustainability of their. So basic challenge is the scalability and sustainability of demonstrated. We have demonstrated the value chain, but their scalability and sustainability. Then commercialization of these value-added products, and lastly the logistics. After logistics, the trust. One of the most important elements is the trust. Lack of trust among the farmers, and as well as lack of trust between the farmers and the stakeholders. So this is the last slide for the way forward. We need to provide more support, and we need to increase the scale of trial consignments, and we are focusing on that, and we need to visit of the farmers of having success stories who can tell to other farmers to motivate them, and their needs. There should be formal and semi-formal agreements between the stakeholders that can help to sustain and scale out these demonstrative value chain. So again, I am very thankful to our funding agency ACIAR, our farmers and partners who help us to do all these project activities. I am also thankful to our Australian mentors, Professor Ray Collins and thankful to IFAMA giving us the opportunity to present in this virtual symposium. Thank you very much. You are welcome for questions and feedback.
Thank you very much, Professor Burhan. That was a great presentation. Let's start the questions. And I have one for you. It's a very interesting research, and I wanted to understand a little bit more about the choice of the participatory approach that you choose for this research, and maybe understand the main challenges that you had. Why did you choose that? And if you can explore it, it'd be great.
Okay, thank you. I understand. Main challenge was the selection of the stakeholders, the selection of the farmers as well as processors, the wholesalers. Selection of the stakeholders, I really felt one of the main challenge, because if these selected participants are not motivated, if the farmers are not motivated, if they are not willing to cooperate with us as well as with the participants of the chain holders, and as well as for processors, if they are not coordinating, we cannot help farmers to connect with them. So selection of the participant is, I think, one of the big challenge, and then developing trust between them to make the transactions. So that was also a challenge. And then another important challenge, the trust, as I already explained, trust among the farmers, because they are small farmers and low volumes cannot be transported in an efficient way. So we need to do a lot of unite them to do collective marketing. Yes, hope I answered your question. So any other questions, sure, please? So I'm really sorry for finishing late. Yes, please.
I have one question. Thank you, Dr. Burhan. Great research there.
Farina, you can on my camera. I think it would be okay now. Sorry, please go.
Okay, so my question is to zoom out a little bit. What are the key lessons learned during this whole process of conducting your research about value chain development studies?
Key lessons, as I already shared, the important thing is the sustainability and scaling out. These are our big challenges, and our key lesson is that we building the trust among the farmers if farmers, they are united and if they are motivated, then we can get these things in a longer term. For example, one of our group in Mankera, that is one of the success story. They are the Mungbean farmers. So initially, it took a lot of time. About this project is running. We are running for last 4 to 5 years. Now it is going to the final stage. So initially, we motivated them. They started the transaction with Alaf Dal factory, and after 1 or 2 trial consignments, and then after 1 commercial consignment, their confidence was built. They got the profitability. So profit is the main driver. So if farmer is not getting the profit, you cannot convince him. So after doing their experiments by their own, so they were more confident, and then they even know they are doing this some of the transactions by themselves. So this is one of the important things we should focus when we do the value chain activities. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much, Professor Burhan. So I think we come to an end for this first session. And thank you for your time. Have a great day.